Alrighty then, there we go everyone. Hello, hello. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday, almost fantastic end of your weekend. Yes, I said that. Good luck with that. Chat, there's a lot of stuff that's happened this past week that has finally passed, thank God, because like I honestly I'm not looking forward to this week that is to come up. I know a lot of people are not looking forward to that. Or especially if those of you happen to be a big fan of Hololive. You know, the next few weeks are going to be kind of rough for you guys. It is for me and for everyone else too. Also, hi Moon, hello, how are you? How are you? But yeah, on top of that, there's also some little bits of stuff going on with another VTuber too at the same time. Some of you probably know her. We have rated her before. And this one is just... This is YouTube's end, so... I know I'm streaming on YouTube right now. I honestly, you know, and this goes to ASMR channels, like they're always getting hit. Even on Twitch's end too, they're always getting hit. I don't recall a time where they've never been hit with some kind of like, you know, suspension of any sorts or anything in that matter. So, to any of you who are looking into becoming ASMR streamers at some point, I would not use the I would not use that tag right there for ASMR. It will backfire on you massively. Unless you guys think of another name to put it down to that you can kind of get away with it. Am I saying to exploit the system? Actually, yeah, I am. I am actually. All right. So let's get into this, chat. I know this is going to be the last Sunday, at least until I'm back in probably like 9 weeks, give or take. So I should be back on the 24th of June, so it'll be like on a Tuesday or Wednesday. I think that's a Tuesday. I think that's a Tuesday. Might be wrong, but I'll be back at that time. But if you guys haven't checked out the YouTube and expect videos every Thursday, I am in very busy on a lot of stuff. Fortunately, there's still a few more reaction videos that are out there first, but eventually it's going to go into a few gameplays here and there of a variety of games. It's a good thing I'm doing that now because Twitch is not letting you guys check out the VODs anymore, and they're kind of cutting them, what was it, like in half? More than half? I might be wrong on that number right there, but I just know you guys are not going to be able to see them at all. So this is my way of making sure you guys are able to still watch this stuff. I have a lot of Marvel Rivals, you know, gameplay that I have, and a lot of crazy matches too. So expect a few Marvel videos here and there, especially with the new character too. But chat, let's get into the craziness that has happened this week. And we're going to be starting off with the Gargura announcement. All right, let me just move it. All right, there we go. All right. I think everything is connected just fine. Okay, it is. All right. Chat, this is an announcement for those that you have probably been under a bridge for at least the past few days. Gargura is graduating. I think some of us knew something was going off on the sidelines. The reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, she's not been active as much as streaming. So I think somewhere deep down we kind of knew something was going on. We just was hoping something pretty good, like a new model, but not a graduation. It's still April. Maybe it's a late April 1st joke. That would be very nice. However, reality is often disappointing, chat. Yeah, because this is looking real legit right now. I'm still coping. Let me cope for just a little while longer. But her she'll be graduating on May 1st of 2025, since, you know, her debut on English Myth 5 years ago. It's already been, wow, so like 2020, damn. Five long years. I know this is a side note, but damn, Zentreya is still fucking here after everyone else has graduated. Holy shit. Because I like Zintria's like on the replies right here, chat. She's like right there. See, she has been here longer. She has seen lots of VTubers graduate. That is insane. Oh my god, dude. That I just saw Zentria's right comment there, and I just realized like, wait a minute, Zentria's been here longer, and she's seen like so many people graduate. Like, what the fuck? She's literally having that superhero moment right there, where like Iron Man is just like on that planet all alone. Everyone else is come and gone, and she's just like, damn man, damn. But guys, I know she's gonna have like her. I'm pretty sure she's gonna have like a graduation stream on May 1st. I'm gonna see if I can make. I highly recommend you guys check her out to, you know, like enjoy the time that you got, you know, with her left right there before she graduates. I know people have also been putting the idea that, oh, she's gonna go back to her past life account. I don't know if that's true, but I honestly feel like you gotta respect people's privacy. If she's gonna come back, I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to be affiliated with Gargura anymore. And she's just going to go with her past life account, but she's going to try to step away from that scene. So that could be a possibility too. But I'm trying not to get my hopes up. I don't think chat should get their hopes up too. I don't believe anybody should get their hopes up if this is, you know, legit or not. But I still highly recommend you guys checking her out on her last stream. Or probably right now if she's still streaming for her last few streams. Chat. Now we're on to the next segment right now. This one is something that I'm surprised that a lot of people haven't been watching. Guys, My Hero Academia just dropped something brand new. My Hero Academia Vigilantes is now on Crunchyroll. I know this is a little bit more like for the meanwhile section, but you guys got to check this out. This actually is... I actually like this one right here. This one's actually really good. You guys got to try it. I like this anime. But to be fair, I like anything superheroes and also like explosions. I highly recommend checking this out, guys. I know this is like a little side note I just threw in, but you guys gotta check it out. Trust me, bro. Now we're on the part that I kind of don't like to talk about. But this just happened, and this was talked about earlier on. This is Tara. She said, "Hi, Team YouTube. My ASMR channel was terminated out of nowhere after only 2 strikes for supposedly violating the sex and nudity policy. I have never posted any videos that contain any nudity or sexual acts or anything that listed in the policy manual." And she goes on saying that, but chat, so as I said, like ASMR channels, they always get fucking hit with that right there. It's always that. We don't know. If you don't know this, then, you know, here's another example right here. Tara has been doing her best trying to get a hold of Team YouTube. She even got this next one right here where she's even gone out to reach with them. Takes 2 days to review the appeal. So now she's just like, you know, she's just like now waiting. I haven't seen anything pop up on that feed right there. As I've checked right now, she still has nothing up. She still has her like, yep, that's basically it. So essentially, she's just right there in limbo, and it's probably going to be reviewed by a bot. And Chow already knows what's going to go happen when the bot reviews it. It's a bot. It's going to say no. Which fucking sucks, because they actually do need people in there to, instead of a bot, to review this. Like, they need people to manually review this stuff. I don't know how many times where people have abused the YouTube copyright system many times to take out other content creators, and guess what? It's baseless claim. Like, I have seen someone, and this was like to like a gaming studio. People probably know this one with like Bungie, since Bungie's been talking to town lately. Someone abuses that, and then people say, yeah, this is YouTube. They don't actually have anybody there. It's just a bot. Yeah, so you could literally put like any bogus claim, and YouTube, chances are the bot will, like 90% of the time, the bot will be like, yeah, okay, I got you, bro. Even though you're not that person who goes to this major company. Like Worm Brothers, you know, did hit them recently, and I don't think that's going to actually count as anything from that. So now someone's like saying, I think someone abused it. So that person that has done that right there to Bungie, I'm going to be honest with you, I know people don't like Bungie because of the direction that they push, but I'll be honest with you, their fucking lawyers, they're pretty fucking good. That's the one company or one studio I would not recommend trying to get in a fight with. EA, I'm okay with that right there, because EA doesn't do that, like, crazy shit like that. They get their lawyers, but they really don't do much. But yeah, I honestly feel like if people do this stuff, I don't know. How many of you guys do believe that there should be like a law against this stuff, like on YouTube, like just new stuff to be added on right now? Because this is getting kind of out of hand. If someone is found to abuse the copyright system, they got to be held accountable, because that, for some people, this is an income. I know not for everybody, but some people usually have, content creation as their primary source of income. And I think that's kind of shitty that they do this shit right here. If this was an abuse, or like maybe the bot fucked up. But if someone did abuse this after, the strikes and all that, because I mean, in all honesty, I have checked out her ASMR channel, chat. I have checked it out many times. I'm not going to say how many times, because I don't want to give Tara ammunition to use against me. But I don't see anything going anywhere around those basis, what YouTube's saying with the sexual nudity and all that stuff. But that always happens to ASMR channels, as I said. Like, what the fuck? It's always them. They never get a chance to like get a break. Like, every day you see an ASMR channel get hit on Twitch or YouTube. If you don't believe me, have you guys checked out that bot that tracks how many people have been banned on Twitch or on YouTube? Chances are either A, they're actually doing sexual nudity stuff right there, or option B, it's an ASMR channel. Chances are it's going to be one of those two every single time. And majority ASMR. And it's going to even not have anything like a swimsuit or any of that stuff that, like everyone knows about that. Like, the swimsuits, streams on Twitch. Don't need to go any more on that, but I'm hoping Tara gets this resolved, because it's kind of shitty that YouTube has a fucking bot that does this stuff, and I'm getting very annoyed with that. Next that we have, and this is pertaining to all the PlayStation users out there, especially in Australia. Yeah, you guys got fucked right there in Australia. Damn. I honestly thought Australia would be nice to you, like, but to be fair, it's Australia. You got like flying spiders. They got little jellyfish the size of a pin that is called the suicide jellyfish that can kill somebody. Yeah. You don't believe me? Check it out. They even have saltwater crocodiles, and guess what they fucking eat? Yeah, you won't believe it. It's a shark. Guess what kind of shark? Great whites. Yeah. Just like, oh, wait, what? Yeah. Yeah. So basically anything that's there, they can fucking kill you. PlayStation Now is on that list, and they're coming after your wallet. So the price on the Australia for the 12-month subscription has increased. Yeah, to $214.95 Australian dollars. Yeah, that's it's kind of a sizable increase, because I'm right here just like, what the fuck, dude? So there's also been other reports going on that some other countries have been hit by this too. Yeah, like with the increase on PlayStation Plus, the premium, and this is the deluxe PlayStation one. So the PlayStation Deluxe package has gotten increased a lot more, which, to be fair, they're already milking you, but you want to know what? Why not? Let's milk you a little bit more. You have a little bit of money. I saw that your aunt gave you like $300 for your birthday, and your grandma gave you $400. We could milk you out for a little bit more. Are you there? Oh shit, there's a spider coming out of your chest. By the way, here's the new bill for PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation would do shit like that. You could be right there having like an alien isolation moment, or the alien's coming out of your chest, and Sony's right there. It's like, damn, dude, that's fucking rough. Do you have $100 on you, or maybe like $400? We're just asking, because you're buying this thing right now. Look, I don't care if you're dying. You gotta pay us, bro. That is just fucked up right there from Sony. Yeah, see, and also in New Zealand too. Yeah, see, it's getting right there. That's the other one. New Zealand's doing it. I know people are going to be saying, because I have seen this, and also in the comment section right here that's behind me too. They're saying it's because of tariffs. Jesus Christ, dude. I don't think the US owns Australia or New Zealand. I mean, if we did, like, bro, your healthcare system will be more shit. Because, dude, you literally have everything that can kill you over there. You guys would like the fatality rate from like just a little spider will be so fucking high. Oh my god. Yeah, but people are saying it's tariffs. I don't think so. I honestly feel like it's just because this will only affect people in the United States or in commonwealths of the United States. So Puerto Rico too. Yeah, Puerto Rico. I'm sorry. Some of you guys were like, "Oh, thank God I'm Puerto Rico." You're a commonwealth of US. You're not a US state, but you fall under the you fall under like you're part of the US, but not officially a state. So yeah, sucks. Yeah, so places like that right there are going to be hit like that. Pretty hard, fucking hard too. But New Zealand, Australia, you guys are not subject to that. So I honestly feel like this is PlayStation just being greedy right now. They're like, oh shit, the US is getting hit with tariffs. How can we trick these people and getting more money? I got it. Let's go after the Australians and New Zealanders first. That has to have been someone's idea. Someone in PlayStation must hate Australia and New Zealand. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would hate the insects in Australia. I can hate the wildlife in Australia because that thing can literally kill you for just existing in its space in like 500 feet. You're already dead. Like you guys know that famous meme, the motion deep. Yeah, that one. That's the meme right there. Literally anything there is saying that to you at all times, and you're just like, nani, and then you're dead. I can understand Australia, but bruh, like the fucking people, dude. What the fuck? The people are not making the animals aggressive. It's the animals were made to be aggressive. God put everything aggressive over there, and now Sony's trying to jump in on that right there to be the aggressor now. Dude, they're really going in for that. I honestly am surprised about that. Like, damn. Next that we have, and this is something from GameStop, and this is pertaining to the pre-orders of the Nintendo Switch 2. They will begin on April 24th, so this coming Thursday. So if you guys want to get a Nintendo Switch 2 and try to beat those scalpers, and you're trying to definitely get the Nintendo Switch 2 with the Mario Kart World Bundle, I would, I would definitely, try to be on that right there, because those scalpers are, are definitely going to try to get that, which is good because the price didn't go up. However, the accessories for it did. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Why would you do that? Yeah. Yeah, but the games are still staying the same price. Mario Kart World, still $80. God damn, I hate that. But everything else, yeah. So this is what the MSRP as of April 18th. Yeah, man, dude, and I'm just gonna say this right now. Nintendo Switch 2 camera. How many of you guys have seen that camera right there that has like that horrible like, was it like 980 by something right there? I don't know. It's basically like, I don't want to say this joke right here, but you guys know when like, okay, I'm not gonna say this right. I'm not going to bother to say that right there because this is pertaining like to the Middle East and they do this kind of stuff right there. But let's just say like, I'd rather use anything else other than that camera. Now, I'm pretty sure third-party sources probably want to have something a lot more better. Especially for the price like that right there. $54.99. What the fuck? You're charging over $50 for a camera that, in this day and age, my smartphone camera can do a lot more better work than that camera. What the fuck is that? That should be probably like $15, and that's me being fucking generous. I'm sorry, it's true. You're going to pay for a camera that does bare minimum of pushing, just like it's going to be a Minecraft block. Like that's the video quality. It's going to be a Minecraft block. What the fuck? My phone can do a lot more. Just let me plug my phone in for fuck's sake, dude. Like just give me that. But nope, $54.99. That's fantastic. A Nintendo Switch 2 docking set. I have seen some people get confused with this right here. The Nintendo 2 docking set. So people are like, now, I guess maybe this might be the misinformation kind of kicking in, but I'm just going to tell this to you guys right now. That is just in case you do something stupid, like throw it off a fucking 3-story building and it breaks into 2. You can just buy the docking set if you didn't have your Nintendo Switch 2 on there. That's all it is. Like, if you do something stupid or a break steering move, that's what it will be. But damn, dude, like that. I'm still kind of upset with that though. Like, for the micro SD Express card, $60. Goddamn, man. God fucking damn. So, I guess my advice to everybody now, and I think everyone probably knows this, and I'm gonna be saying, Sim, why the hell are you saying this? I know this. I'm gonna say it anyway, because I know some people are not gonna know. You don't have to treat that Nintendo Switch 2 like it's fucking an egg. A solid gold egg. However, is not entirely solid. You're gonna have to keep that egg protected. You know that thing from science class that they tell you, hey, you know, make sure this egg does not break, and they make you do this kind of like straw, kind of like, I forgot what it's called though, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. It's like this, like you gotta make it into like a perfect, like, it's like a cushion for it, but it's only using straws, and you can keep the egg perfectly intact. That's what you got to do with this stuff now. You gotta do that. You gotta get the straws, put it all over that thing. If it falls, it won't fall. Chat. Fortunately, one of my punching bags that is currently in Florida was about to lose its leg. Oh wait, did I say unfortunately? I meant fortunately. Depending on who sees it though. But yep, Jack Dorky is what I call him because he's a dork. Yeah, he almost got into a boating accident, almost ends losing his whole leg. Chat's just like, damn.
Other way. Yo, get the fuck.
And this is like the video right here. It just cuts out right there. So he's like, okay. Chat's gonna say like, Sim, wasn't that kind of rude calling him a dork? Okay. Chat, if you're in a car accident, you're not going to like get in front of your car while it's currently going like 60 miles per hour and be like, my car. You're not going to do something like that, right?
No. Oh.
Yep, and he did it anyway.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, but dude, like that was like the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
It's because it's still in.
And then he cuts the stream and runs away. He runs away, chat. Do you want to know why he runs away? Because he can't afford a bodyguard anymore. So he has to actually now make for the hills. Every single time. And the fact is, he fucking recorded himself. So if someone's boat is damaged and they see that, they're going to be like, who the fuck did this? And guess what? Fucking video evidence, chat. So this is why I call him a dork. That's why I call him Jack Dorky, because he's a fucking dork. But I would still not have done that. You could have, like, dude, he almost ended up losing a whole fucking leg. I swear, dude. I honestly feel like, you know, if he has to, like, dude, because right now he ain't making any money. He's going on this third-party site, chat. Like, what? I was like, what? Third party? Yeah, he's going on a third-party site. It's called party.com. I've never even heard of that site until I saw like the one of the punching bags that has gained sentience, that is terrorizing the people in Korea right now. That guy. I didn't know about it until then, and I'll be honest with you, that site looks like a bootleg of literally everything. It's like a bootleg, and it's not even a good one too. So it's like no one has ever heard of it, and also I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh my god, I want to watch these people on this site right here, unless you're people from Korea and you're trying to find the punching bag before it does another thing, and you're trying to beat them up. Then I guess maybe those are the only people that would go to. I don't know. I honestly feel like chat might actually say, yeah, I think that might be the only reason why. Yeah, I would think so too. All right, chat. Now we got my little favorite segment right here. I got 2 videos right here, and then I put in this other one right here talking about Bungie too. So we're gonna do the little reaction segment of what's happened and chat has sent to me. So let's see. This one is from Rev says Desu. This is from Mojam. Artist career implodes after community notes. What the fuck?
Hey, what's up, guys? Up here.
Ah, okay. Hey Rev, I rave. Hang on, get that. All right.
So today we're looking at another Twitter user who effed around and found out, reaped what they have sown, whatever phrase you find best for this situation. We have an artist who literally imploded their career in real time, all over the subject of fictional content. Now this quote...
Look, I'm just gonna say this right now, chat. If you're getting upset over just like a little picture on the internet, you got some fucking problems, bro. You got some problems. Because usually, look, I know chat's gonna say like pre-watched. Okay, chat. Usually when Rev covers this, it's pertaining to something like, oh, well, this person saw like a because they said fictional character. I'm immediately assuming it's going to be like a character like, I don't know, Gargura, and then they're going to say like, you can't do that, or like kind of going to the lolly trope right there, which I know a lot of people are like, oh, okay, okay, I know that one. I understand that trope. I have a general idea of that trope right there. And then they say like, oh, you can't like this stuff because it's you know, CP, and then you know they have CP on their stuff.
Mega is now following.
Ah, good Enigma, how are you? Can I grab your tail? No, you cannot grab my tail. It's a sacred treasure. It is a sacred treasure, behold upon the gods. How about the ears? I'll allow it. Just not the tail. Just not the tail. I just broke my monitor. Oh shit. I look, okay, you said you can grab like my ears, not like punch them. Like what the heck? It's silly. But oh my god, dude. I'm sorry, but like, dude, that happens every single time when I see Rev go on about this. It's like someone's talking about like a lolly character. And yeah. I wasn't gentle. How dare you?
Quote is always relevant. I like to show it whenever I can. So it says this: people on this app will treat
got mad at
fictional
me for punching his
characters as
ears,
if they
so
were
he
real
gave me an ad
people,
break.
and then talk about real people as if they
Oh my
were
god, you got an ad. Oh
fictional,
shit.
and then
Check out an ad. I'm sorry. I just saw that. Oh my god. Okay. YouTube X. We're gonna wait because people on Twitter. Yeah. Oh wait, no, it's over now. Oh, okay. Oh, that was a short ad break. Twitch stats, you lied to me again. It's saying it's still going on. It was like 5 seconds. Oh, okay. That's usually what I have it to. All right.
and get mad at you for knowing the difference. There's an absolute.
I usually try to be very
epidemic on
courteous
places
to like
Twitter,
Twitch because I
where
know they get hit
people
with
have
ads.
More respect for
YouTube, you guys should use ad blocker.
Real human beings.
I'm not
They
saying
will
you
treat
should
those
use it. I'm just saying
fictional
it
characters
would be
more
beneficial because
delicacy,
I've seen those ads
more
lately.
care than they do for an actual human being. It's insane how far a lot of
I'm not
this
wrong. You guys
has
have seen those
gone.
ads on
Now,
YouTube.
Today, like I said, we're going to be focusing on an artist who has been for years going around harassing, bullying, canceling,
I
and
just
all
reloaded
other
Twitch
sorts
so
of bad
ad
things
blocker works. Oh, cool.
directed
Wait, so ad blocker
towards,
does work on Twitch?
other
Damn. Holy
artists
shit.
over the subject of fictional content. And as you already can tell, they're making basically this.
It's going to be CP. They're going to have CP on their profile, and they're saying you guys can't be drawing CP of other characters, and it's not even that. They're going to have it. Kids don't bully others. Don't do drugs. Don't drink. And don't smoke.
The same stuff they're judging other people for,
Yeah.
and recently they bit off way more
It's
than
a
they could
perfect
chew.
world.
So who are we talking about today? Well, we featured this account multiple times before on this channel because this person is an
W
infamous
advice chat. Yeah.
anti. Yes, a not safe for work artist who's also an anti who harasses and cancels people over fictional content. And in fact, this
Artist, okay. Location, they're bisexual. He, they, she, what? I don't think that's a place. I don't think that's a place. Chat, that's the icon for place, right? The thing with that little pin on there, that's like the location of where you're at. Like, even if you're using like Google Maps, it shows that's the location. Why? That's not a place. Bisexual is not a place. He, she, them. Just being straight with extra stuff. You forgot bisexual. You forgot the slash with the bisexual on there, dude. But that's a location, apparently. See, look. It has the icon. I'm not wrong. I'm not tripping, right? That's the icon. I'm sorry, like... I'm pretty sure they did something fucking bad, but I'm sorry, but I'm nitpicking at that, but that's even more extra steps. Yeah, dude, it is. But like, why would you put that as a location? Meanwhile, when you have a fucking bio up here, you can put that right there on your bio and have your location being like, you know, oh, I'm a US. I know chat's gonna be saying, but Sin, then everyone knows where they're at. In the fucking US. Do you not know how big the fucking US is? Big extra steps, man. Dude. I like... It is. I'm sorry I'm nitpicking at that, though, because I honestly feel like if they're going to do that, at least put it up here. Not on location. That's not location. Being bisexual, he, they, she's not location. W YouTube chat. Yep. And they're an artist too. And they went to the noodle shop. Noodle shop? What the fuck is that? You know what? I don't even want to look it up.
This user in particular literally will call
It's going to be like
a
some kind of
loser
bootleg,
for making
you know, site.
not safe for work content. Make it make sense.
This
This is a very strange breed of artists out there who cancel others over fictional content. You would think, of all people,
Just being
artists
silly again.
would have the most respect towards other people's artwork, and they'd be the last person to cancel someone over fictional content or to try to cancel or censor people. But no, it's actually very popular on Twitter. That's just the way the site is. So who are we talking about?
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
as we see, their alternate account here is not doing great. They
I thought
changed
that's
their
what you
name
were
to
doing, silly.
discontinued account and
Discontinued.
private. And then the main account that they moved to recently, well, you can see it's not loading up because they have deactivated that account after taking a whooping on the timeline.
Ooh. That's rough. That's rough. That's fucking rough. Man, you put that in like on your bio that you moved over? Damn.
Because they bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah,
so before
well,
we get
they
into the
were.
recent stuff.
They were.
Let's get the history behind this individual, this noodle
They
shop.
were
Ken's
not safe for
person,
work
whatever name
artists.
They go by at any given time. They were featured on this channel because of
Knew
these
it,
posts.
yeah.
Sorry if they're a little bit blurry. These are just screenshots, obviously, because their account is deactivated, but this is from my old files.
Jesus Christ, she's shredded. God damn, man. Sorry, that's like the first thing I saw. Wait, that's cheating? Oh my god. Okay. Actually, damn, shit, they're fucking shredded.
So
I'm
you
impressed.
can see they quoted this artist making a artwork based on the Cheeton
Smash,
mascot
dude.
that
Facts.
used
I'm
to
right
be
here,
really
just like that
popular
meme right there
on
from
Twitter. And they
from that
quoted
one
artist saying,
anime,
I mean this in the nicest way possible.
overprotective,
Can we not do
hero.
this? And they got almost
It's like,
200,000
oh, six
likes
pack.
before deleting this post due to backlash. And obviously this got the artist harassed here because God forbid they make fun
version
artwork
of
of
Sin.
this
Yeah.
mascot. And you can see their further reply saying not every single thing needs to be sexualized. If you
Not everything needs to be sexualized. But you're a not safe for work artist. Isn't that in your job description? Right? Chat is like, wait, you are a not safe for work artist. And you're telling people that not everything needs to be sexualized. I mean, okay. Those making all people can't even be ashamed, dude. Yeah, yeah. That's one thing it's like, oh man, how many guys remember when you guys were growing up of like, okay, so you guys know that McDonald's had their own like characters and all that, and they had the the what is it like, so like Ronald McDonald, all right, so he has the hamburger, the clown with the hamburger. It's like telling him you can't sell a hamburger while wearing a clown outfit. Like, they're telling somebody else that. They're telling him that to Wendy's, okay? Wendy's, has the same kind of color scheme. I know it's not a clown, but they said they can't wear that kind of color scheme and sell burgers to people. But that's coming from McDonald's telling Wendy's that. And I'm right here just like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you not understand how stupid you sound when you say this out? Okay. This is gonna get worse than Kanye West, bro. Oh my god, dude. I'll be honest with you. Okay, you're gonna say this is the worst thing that I have seen besides that, and this is gonna take the new place on it. And the internet's gonna prove you guys wrong. That's the one thing I have learned from watching all this stuff the chat sent me. The internet always finds a way to top itself every single day, which I'll be honest with you, it's impressive. But I honestly feel like I don't want this.
Make it's the internet excuse. Genuinely, you are a effing loser.
Kanye would ruin that app on set acting like that, or ruined
artist telling you that everything needs to be sexualized.
Yeah,
in these sorts of memes this with the
either way
mascot.
That's going to top at some point.
In response to criticism of that previous post, saying, "Unfortunately, a banger, lol. Say what you want about my art, but if y'all ain't got no problem with this kind of art being the result of a literal baby river otter, that's cool with me. Just don't bring up the art I make of adults."
Why the fuck are you calling people baby river otters? Like that, like what the fuck, dude?
That would age very poorly.
Post. Yeah.
Especially that last part.
Well, actually, it's someone probably replied to that because look, see, there's 16 people, so he probably replied to one of them, but this is like the priority one because it's their account going on there.
Also, they're implying that
I hope I'm right about that. I really hope. Dude, I feel like you're probably right on that. I feel like chat's right on that. He probably replied to it having like his own conversation.
Which is a pretty serious thing to say. Also, they're saying
that would be sad.
Making like a human underneath the mascot is too far. But if they, I guess, depicted it as an actual otter, it would have been fine. This is a furry artist too, by the way. So I don't really know what they were going for here, but
what? So they're not safe for work artist. Okay, we got down the box. All right, chat. Okay, all right, okay. And now we have a furry not artist. Okay. Ooh, I'm afraid to continue this video now. Ooh. Ooh. Mojam, what have you sent me? So that's the thing, is a furry, he, she, they, and bisexual. Bro, you putting that right there and me trying to read that gave me a fucking headache, and I felt like I lost a chromosome from that. I don't even know, dude, you read that out to yourself and you feel like you lose a chromosome. I felt like I lost a chromosome from that because there's like so much now added onto that mix. So they're not safe for work artists, okay? And then you say not, and you said yeah, and that's true that they're furry. He, they, she. Bro, it feels like I'm trying to fucking summon Cthulhu for fuck's sake. I can't even get my brain to wrap around that. Fuck.
But you can see there's a lot of contempt for their own peers. And they also try to cancel that artist throughout this whole thing, too.
Heya.
They try to claim that previous artist was a racist because of this Heya art where they swapped out with a different Heya character and basically took over the
I like that Heya. That Heya is very sweet.
Dan Machi. Absolutely nothing racist about that whatsoever, but they try to do this. They got on their high horse.
It's how to pick up girls in a dungeon. Yeah, dude, I think that's the version of Heya that everyone knows.
Drawings. And now we're going to transition here to the present. We're talking.
Oh, okay. It's a racist, furry, bisexual. He should. Dude, are you trying to chat? Are you guys trying to summon Cthulhu now? What the fuck?
Talking about Marvel Rivals. You
I'm not
somehow
reading
got
that.
Here, right? Everyone likes Marvel Rivals. It's a big
Chat trying to
hit,
summon a
but
fucking demon. What the
unfortunately, it's
heck?
suffering from
What is
success.
this, bro?
It's
I
gone
don't
very
know anymore. This
mainstream,
was
it's getting a
recommended
lot
by
of
chat.
attention, and when these sorts of games get a lot of attention, it brings in a lot of annoying
Also, I do
people,
love
and people
Marvel
want a
Rivals.
virtue signal
I'm not
about
even
stuff
typing.
going
So,
on in the game.
what
And
am I
one
even
subject
typing
that
to some of
people
the?
have been
You're
virtue
putting like
signaling
all that
about
stuff right
is the
there,
character.
like that he, she, they, them, all that right there. I don't know. Oh, this is going to Penny Park. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh, so that also so that's where we're going. Okay. Chat, do not recommend this video to Alara. She mains Penny Parker. She is gonna go foaming at the fucking mouth. If I think I know where this is gonna go. She will be going on a fucking crusade.
Character Penny Parker. So people are going around trying to cancel people who are showing any sort of interest in this character. They're saying that you're a predator, you're a
kidnapped by
bad person,
Lucifer.
all this
That
stuff.
thing is
Yada,
multitasking.
yada, yada. Nothing new here. This is Twitter. But of course, things have gotten so serious with this whole debate about
Oh,
Penny
Pirate
Parker
Nation.
that apparently the lead
Penny
dev
Parker is
and
not a
creator
minor.
of Luna Snow has now come out and confirmed that Penny Parker is not a minor in Marvel Rivals because
All right, there we go. It's confirmed. Developer put it that the fucking there's the paper right there on the fucking desk, right there, big words in red. Not a minor. There you go.
apparently they
I
felt
wonder how
the
they're gonna
need
try to
do
twist this
if
around.
People were being so annoying about it. You can see they say Penny is 18, high schooler in this world. So yeah, I guess we now know we can all sleep easy now, knowing that this fictional character has an age set.
I'll be honest with you, I never thought
But
once
of course,
about it.
people on Twitter are melting
just like,
down
oh, cool.
over that. You can see some of the replies on a
This
similar
fucking
post
robot got me
announcing this.
again.
These people saying, you still need to be out on a list if you're attracted to her. She is not 18. Even the devs can't gaslight me. Well, apparently to this individual,
Whoa.
age is just a number. It's very odd how these people fight so hard to make...
You know, I was gonna say something to that right there, but I realized some people might get offended for me for saying that. But I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
everything not really matter in terms of
And it was
age
about the
of
age is not
characters and stuff like that. Don't you find that
that number
very
thing.
strange that they have that sort of mentality about age just being a number? It's more about how they feel. And in this case, we're not just talking about a fictional character, but we're also saying that the dev is wrong. You won't even trust what the dev says. Crazy.
I feel like those people
This
are
person
like fake
says,
Marvel fans.
I don't give a F. She looks 12. Projection. This person said, it's all okay now, guys. Y'all aren't pedos. Just weird-ass groomers. Oh, grooming a fictional character. That's a new one. I haven't seen that one before. That's pretty insane.
Okay.
18 is a minor, dude.
Wait, what?
What?
Okay.
This person circling teen, not understanding that
18. The dev said 18. 18 chat. 18. They said 18. Teen. Oh my god. Bro, it's I would say like you feel like you're talking to a wall, but I honestly feel like a wall would be more respectful to you than these people, and would have more common sense. And it's a fucking wall, brother. It's a fucking wall. A wall is better than you guys. What the fuck are you guys doing?
18.
Oh no.
18.
Rev's crashing out too, just like
Twitter
me.
gives me a headache, man. But anyways, of course, as pointed out here, a series of tweets made by our main artist here.
I wonder how this is going to go with that one person that was
So what are we
talking about that.
So
Oh, this is
they,
going
of
to be
course, had
fun.
to chime in on this whole Penny Parker situation with this original tweet captioned, "The hips that saved Marvel," of course, referring to her hips. And he quotes him saying, "Roster full of adult women in this game. You actually have a disease." Wow, bold claims coming from this individual, but even bolder right here, saying in quotes, she might be an adult, end quote, and she might not be. You might be a pedophile.
Ah, yes, the good old class in the light is red. However, it could be green, maybe yellow. I don't know, but maybe they could all be on. I don't know. Do you want to go? I don't know. Like, the lights are all on. The red, yellow, and green light are on. Are you gonna go? I don't know. Like, yeah, that's exactly what I get from this. Cool.
That's a very aggressive thing to
Very
say. Very
racist,
Penny
pedophile,
Parker
bisexual.
from
Yep, that's
Marvel
essentially where we're going.
Rivals. Now,
Gonna
unfortunately,
add that
we've been
to the
kind of
risk of.
building
Oh,
this
wait,
up
hang
for
on.
a while.
You forgot to put this down on there. Cancelled. You gotta put that down on the dude. It's like okay. When you put that right there, chat, it's like a resume. They're fucking getting a resume. I'm lost. What kind of human being is this, dude? I'm gonna be honest with you. I would like to say they're AI, but I honestly feel like AI would be more respectful at this point. And it's fucking AI. And AI is a fucking dick.
Here.
And that's sad.
But
Bro,
things would start to go
every difficulty.
afraid. So they would get hit with probably one of the funniest community notes
I think he
I've ever
avoided
seen.
easy mode.
It says this user has drawn poontang of underage characters from the show Avatar: The Last Airbender and
What?
Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yo Gabba Gabba, isn't that thing that my cousins watch, my little cousins on Nickelodeon? Eh? Excuse me? What the fuck? Eh? Okay, someone add something else to that resume that they have.
Huh? Not Yo Gabba Gabba. Jeez Louise. Well, they're not kidding. So brace yourself. You might need some bleach for your eyes after this one.
All right, chat.
This
Hand me
is
my
just from
bleach.
my previous
Oh my god,
files
it
I
is
had
Yo
making
Gabba.
videos
It
on
is the
this
one
guy.
that I let my look.
This is
Oh
just
my
a small
god.
snapshot of what he's up to, obviously without
I fucking
access to
can't.
his
You're
accounts. I
gonna
don't
you're
really
gonna
have much else to
sexualize
work with
over
here,
a
but
kids
I think there's
TV
plenty.
show.
Okay, you can see he's retweeting not safe for work art of
Oh my
Hero
god.
Academia characters all aged around like
All
15.
right, I'm done. Oh
You can
my
see
god.
on his own Rule 34 section, he has 3 entries of not
3
safe for
entries,
work
brother.
arts
No
of
one's
the
gonna
character
put any
Toph
entries
from
in
Avatar:
fucking.
The Last Airbender, who is 12 in that series.
Mojam,
You
why
also
would you
have
send this
another
to me?
character
You're
who's
making me
14
question my
from
own
that same
sanity now.
series.
You're making
But
chat
this is where it
question
gets
their own
interesting
sanity.
because
They're like,
he also really likes to
everyone's
do
questioning something.
self-inserts of his own OC. So she's given some handwork to his OC there, which is
did bro
a
draw
wild
2
thing
furries?
to happen because
Essentially,
he's
yeah.
the one calling people predators over liking
Actually, I
Penny
think that one
Parker
is their
because he
OC.
believes
So they
she's
drew their
actually
own
a minor.
OC.
And then you also had the
on that.
self-insert with Hatsune Miku, who's also
Someone needs to burn that picture of
canonically
Hatsune Miku with
underage.
that right there. Someone
And
just needs to
then-
burn that. Like throw it into the fucking sun.
I don't even like
And then blow up
next
the
to this
fucking sun.
That's Yo Gabba Gabba, and he's self-inserting, no pun intended, in that shot as well. Yeah, tough one.
It's a, you know what? I'm kind of glad that Rev blurred this.
But yeah, this guy's become so infamous, and this was around the time he
That one
deactivated. He was getting clowned on really hard. But there was also some other controversy with him. He was like trying to.
That one artist foaming at the mouth right now. At the Yo Gabba Gabba. Damn.
Say that Marvel
That guy
rival
clapped back at
characters
that guy. Holy
weren't
shit.
sexualized enough the male ones or something like that. I don't know. It's all a graveyard at this point of deleted tweets, but this is how infamous this whole thing with the Yo Gabba
Damn.
Gabba stuff is, because you have this tweet quoting a Yo Gabba Gabba performance at Coachella, and
Yeah,
they
but
say
the-
that
but,
one
like,
artist
that stuff's for
foaming
little
at
kids,
the
though,
mouth right
like-
now. 102,000 likes. 102,000
Jesus, damn, that's a
people
lot of
at
likes.
minimum
Oh my god.
understood what this reference was and the artist being referred to. That's crazy. That's your legacy. and
Yeah,
that is an
dude, they
insane
ain't coming
legacy
back from that. They're
to have.
canceled.
And this was like
That's
the
it.
last tweet that they made. Is the last thing I can find. It's a screenshot of it saying, "My life is hell, man. I wish I never effing drew that shit." Well,
Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. You drew that shit, especially the one where you did your own OC on that. You knew you understood what the fuck you were doing, dude. You had a general idea. No, not a general idea. You had 100% fucking idea what the fuck you were doing. And you still went ahead with it. This person has got to be the most one of the most few stupidest people I've ever seen. And the fact is, now that they got that, what a chat said, they are a furry, racist, pedophile, bisexual, she, they, he, and cancelled. That honestly feels like a job resume at that point, or I'm just summoning a demon. Either way, whatever you guys want to take it as, but they understood what the fuck they were doing, and they posted it on the fucking internet. Writing a new song of Red Leather. We need music after this shit.
Fortunately, the internet's forever, and you know what? You could draw whatever you want.
Dude, I honestly think chat's gonna be drinking after this.
As much as your heart desires, I guess. It's weird, but
I don't know about
it's
you,
your
but
right to do so. But you can't really
I'm
do
debating
it when
on
you're
that.
going around attacking,
I
harassing,
don't know,
canceling, and all sorts of other bad things.
That pyro realm from like the 1800s seemed pretty fucking good right now.
Worse than whatever you're trying to chastise.
And I don't even know how I got
this is just
that.
kind of effing around and finding out. And unfortunately, this tweet just rings true once again. These people treat fictional characters better than actual human beings. They have no regard for what happens to these people, how these slanderous accusations can actually hurt someone, all in the name of defending fictional characters that they believe are inappropriate to have any interest in, despite the fact they do the exact same thing themselves. Can't people just enjoy Marvel Rivals, man? Like, is it really that hard? You got to get into this whole discussion about Penny Parker, and eventually that contributes to your downfall as an artist. If they come back, I don't know. They might. They've done this like 2 or 3 times
I honestly
before.
feel like they won't.
We'll just have to wait and see on that one. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you.
Damn, chat. I'm gonna be honest with you. I honestly feel like that person is gonna be so fucking pissed at Marvel Rivals, cause it went down to the community of Marvel Rivals that did that. So I guess you could put that on the resume now. Got canceled by Penny Parker. Chat's gonna be like, what the fuck? Got canceled by Penny Parker. Is it Penny Parker fictional? No, hang on, look. So there's lore to this. The lore. It's not good lore, but it's there anyway, in case you guys want to know. Jesus Christ, like, oh my god, dude. The fact is, they said, like, all the stuff that was going, checking out was like the box. So I have a list right here, chat, on what I should be afraid of when something gets in this level right now. They checked off all the lists, and they even added two new ones to that list right now. Yeah, this one added 2 more to that list. I have not changed that list since I started streaming. Congratulations. You added 2 more worry signs that we need to be very, very wary of when it comes to stuff like this. That's not a good thing. If I say that list has gone up 1 more for a checkmark list of stuff I should be very, very, very afraid of, it just went up because of this. Damn. That must suck for them. Well, not really. They deserved it. Okay, this one's from Midnight. This is the one that they were talking about. The Blue Origin's all-female crew launches into space. Oh yeah, I remember. I saw that. Chat showed me that image right there. Yeah, I remember that image. Chat. I don't know why they designed it like this. That looks like a penis. I'm not wrong.
2, 1, ignition.
Why would they design a rocket like this with all females in there? Or like all things.
Liftoff. New Shepard has cleared the tower.
That's a penis, bro. I fucking can't. That's what it is. Damn it. Ah. The fucking NASA. Oh wait, hang on. This is the NASA. It's Blue Origin. Fuck you, Blue Origin. Does it blow up?
6,000 feet climbing.
Oh, this is from Van Horst. Oh shit, this is from Texas. Oh fuck, I'm gonna get canceled in my own state. I'm gonna get canceled in my own state. Oh shit.
Begin throttle down for Q limiting.
Chat, there's 2 types of people you don't want to mess with in the US. That's the Florida man, that's the first one. Second one's Texas. After that, you're okay. Okay, why did they choose that design?
Dynamic pressure. Mach 1. Vehicle is supersonic.
And then it blows up, right?
Supersonic. We have passed through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. That's when the vehicle, the stresses between the...
Chat's just like saying, Sin, why the hell do you keep us saying it's going to blow up? Okay, Chad knows the joke right there. Where that people always say this. It's like, wait a minute, women can't drive. That's why I'm saying it's going to blow up, because, you know, if they can't... Okay, well, maybe, you know what? There's like no roads up here. You know what? Actually, you take that back.
Atmosphere and
they can drive to a certain extent.
Maximum, so to punch through that is so important.
Just not on roadways. Space though, however.
It's firing beautifully. You see the stream of steam behind it. Those ladies right now are having an incredible view on their way to space.
You know, I don't want to say this. Oh god. Ah man. Hang on. Is that video still here? Hang on. Shit, no, dude, it's not. Fuck. Okay, I was gonna say like, oh, you know what? I honestly feel like I know the review right here. It's that. It's like a meme. Well, not really much a meme. It's like a funny video of this lady in a race car, and then they're just going super fast, and you just see like, you know, she's going like all derp, and then. Because I think they have plastic surgery, and then you could just see that's what I picture now from that. It's like, and then I was like, can you even see? I don't think you could see. That's what I'm picturing right now. I think that's the view right now. They can't see. That's just like, Sim, you're gonna get canceled, be quiet.
1,300 miles per hour. You're gonna peak at about 2,300 miles an hour.
And she said, like, who was in this one? Taylor Swift?
Speed of sound.
So these are all Taylor Swift fans right here, just watching her just lead you guys? Okay, cool.
We'll have Miko, main engine cut off. We will turn off the engine.
Oh, dude, I just realized if it was Taylor Swift and the thing blew up, oh my god. There will be 2 catastrophes that day. You know, one, it blew up and the debris coming down to the ground. Secondly, the ground control. Yeah, they're all going to get fucking massacred. Oh my god, dude. Is it sad that I kind of wanted to see that? Like, out of curiosity. Okay, look, chat, I'm a lion. Okay, we're all catos, all right? We're little assholes. But you see, we're also curious little creatures. Like, what would happen if that were to happen?
But the 2 craft,
it would be interesting to watch, though, not going to lie.
Their ascent to space.
Well, probably not something I should say again. Man, that guy's really trying to keep an eye on that rocket.
And there you saw. The main engine is turned off. We're now going to separate the capsule from the booster, and at that point, Kristen, that's when all 6 astronauts are going to start.
So is that rocket going to come down just like that SpaceX thing where they just bring it back?
And that right there is the most critical milestone of this whole ascent. Oprah watching her best friend go to space.
Oh, it's Oprah. Okay, maybe. Okay. Jesus Christ. Wow, look at that. The camera can't even see it anymore.
And the two craft is separated.
Oh. Okay, I'll be honest with you, this camera can actually still see them separate. Damn. It's a pretty good camera.
328,000 feet, 100 kilometers. Welcome to space, ladies, or shall I say, astronauts.
Oh no, they're going to scream, aren't they?
I will have to tell you, look at the moon. Look. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, okay, I guess not.
Oh my god!
I thought they're going to go like, oh my god, yay!
I love you, Stephen!
No? Okay. I was expecting
And
that.
just in case it wasn't clear, those are the astronauts. Those are their voices that you're hearing.
And there, they have hit apogee, the highest point in flight. Well over 345,000 feet.
Oh god
well over
damn.
the Kármán line.
Lines.
And at this moment, the astronauts have unstrapped from their seats. They are floating. They are weightless. They are experiencing zero-G for the very first time in their lives. And Katy Perry did say that she was going to sing in space. I'm waiting for it.
Waiting for it.
1 minute warning. 1 minute warning.
So that is Capcom indicating a 1 minute warning for our astronauts to take in those last views before they get
She ain't gonna
back
sing.
into
Everyone's going to be disappointed.
their seats.
This fucking news station sucks. Midnight. Get a different one. Oh my god, it's cutting up. Oh, is this Van Horn, Texas? Shit. Is that it? Okay, and then the thing comes back down.
There comes it, the rocket down. It's going to relight its engine. We can also see a
Okay, cool. All right, so that's all right. Okay, Midnight. That was pretty cool. I mean, I'm just gonna say this though. They could have chosen a different design for the rocket. Why did they have to choose that? He's been falling from the sky in here. That my bad. That was no. No, guys, no. Okay, I was like, oh, you know, it was like banned video suggestion. I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what, that might be a good thing. And now chat's like, you know what, hang on, that's a huge penis falling from the sky and going back up. Okay, never mind. Oh my god, the duality of chat every single time. Oh my god. And I was making that joke where it's like, hey, so did it explode? Was it like Katy Perry and oh my god, who was it? Yeah, okay, so pop icon Katy Perry, Jeff Bezos. Holy shit, like dude, someone could have tampered with it and they could have got rid of like all the people. Oh my god. Oh, wait, hang on, no, that's Jeff Bezos' fiance. Oh wait, no, never mind. Okay, not everybody. But it says it's an all okay, a part of an all-female space crew. Oh wait, so they're all female? Okay. There had to be one guy in there. That's why it didn't explode. Like shits. Hey. I'm not wrong. I am not wrong. And this is a video I saw that popped up on my feed. And I decided to throw it in on there too.
Did too far, you know.
Oh, there you
Fast
go.
forward a year later, we got another
Trying to get that.
report. This coming from Jason Schreier. Marathon's development is reportedly facing trouble at Bungie. There's a reason that it was planned for this year and slipped.
I saw a little bit of that right there, and I was like, I
sentiment
saw the
I've heard
marathon
is
thing.
not great.
So Chad, this is the marathon is tanking. I don't know how many of you guys have seen Concord. How many of you guys remember Concord? Wow, such a lovely game. So fantastic, so lovely that it is in the fucking trash can right now. And not even the flies are touching it. What if I tell you there's a round 2 now coming? And this is what this is.
Around it.
And this is
That was
from
in
Bungie
August of
too, which is
2024,
fucking
and just
crazy.
a couple of weeks later, the game
I already said
director
my
of
take on it.
Marathon
It's a
was
reskin.
fired. This was a misconduct.
Also, that gun that this character has, it looks exactly like something from Destiny, but reskin in a different game.
Investigation that was conducted by Bungie.
I said my
Sony,
case. I'm going to
and
cancel
they were
for
fired.
it.
There's a whole lawsuit going on with that situation. But again, this is just adds to the
Air.
chaos and the madness that has surrounded this game's development
Air,
the
you
last
and,
couple of years, in which
Air UNC,
really
what the
there's
fuck?
not been a lot of positivity in the air. Then there's also the fact that
Oh
just
my god,
Bungie
that's like so
in
bright. My
general
eyes
has
are
been an
literally burning off
absolute
the
mess
retinas
for
right
a
now.
while.
My
Obviously,
retinas
this
are
is the big
burning
thing
my
we
own
talked about
retinas.
late
That's how
last year,
fucking
in
bright
which
that
they
was.
fired
Jesus fucking
a couple
Christ.
of
Also, I got
hundred
flashbang right
developers.
now.
Multiple projects were
Oh, this is The
canceled,
Verge. Of
some
course,
them
they choose
Destiny
fucking
related,
white on
and
there.
some
The
of them just
flashbang people
spin-offs
on
and
there.
stuff
It's like,
that,
hey, you
well,
know what?
now
They
it's
can't
not
see it.
happening.
If they're
And
fucking
it does
blind.
appear that Bungie really is in desperate need of a win, and right now they're just not getting any of them. Even the final shape, which was
Okay, I know it's just gonna like. I know some of them, like my chatters that know that I played Destiny for a long time, played competitive for a long time. I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why, again, the main reason why I stopped playing Destiny 2 is because the fucking game ended. That's fucking it. And then the little like epilogue things that they fucking put in, guess what? It's broken. It doesn't fucking work. They laid off the people who they said they were incompetent. I guess they were fucking competent because the fucking game was still working to a degree. Now it ain't. I'm just fucking saying. And I actually looked at Aztec Cross's stream. Just like, oh, you still watch him? Yeah, I watch him every now and then. You know, just like not so much. Same thing with Grenadier Jake. But I saw the stuff that they put into Trials because I haven't played Trials in such a long time. Just because I've gone flawless in there before they did those changes. Probably like over like 24 times. And I'm just gonna say it. Like I see the rewards now, dude. They're just reskins. And it's a good thing I didn't delete those, because those are the exact same weapons that I've had for a long time that are still pretty good. They're bringing them back. And I'm right here just like, dude, why the fuck did you take them out to begin with? And you put them back in and say, oh, look, it's brand new. That's what I see for Marathon. I see that shit right there. I see some stuff that they had like in concept arts of Destiny and they put it in this game. Like the stuff that couldn't make it into the game. They put it in Marathon. Yeah, this is going to be fun.
you know, got amazing reviews, did not sell
Just
well.
gonna be saying, oh, but Sin, the rewards in Trials look good. The rewards in Trials look like fucking dog shit. They look like a fucking joke. And it makes Fortnite look better. And in their skins and all that stuff.
Yeah, this was another thing.
Yeah,
that
that's
happened
fucking
in
saying
August
a
of
lot.
2024, in which what I just reiterated, Bungie was reportedly going to pull the trigger on layoffs.
I saw the ships and all the other stuff they added in. They
Regardless
look
of the
fucking
final shape
disgusting.
success, due to leadership under-delivering on financial promises to Sony. And that just goes to the incompetency that has been happening at the top of Bungie
Yes,
for a while now.
Pete Carson.
Purchases. Pete Parsons, he's been running this company into the ground.
Carson.
And this is something that a lot of former and even some current developers have been criticizing for a while now. But yeah, Sony's billion-dollar Bungie buyout is looking more and more like a blunder. That was the messaging. That was the conversation.
Dude, didn't you guys buy a fucking studio made by like fucking former Bungie devs, Halo devs, Battlefield devs, MySpace devs? I don't know. I fucking made the last one up right there. But the people who like made stuff that people found very enjoyable, they got cut. Maybe there was a reason why they got cut. Because they gave you Concord. Also, one of those familiar voices that I've seen that made the biggest fail. Like, what? Actually, you know what? Like, actually, you know what? I don't even know how to describe that. I honestly do not know how to describe it. But the biggest video game failure in modern day history. That is something you do not want to have on your resume. Because that's what I see from this. Concord cost Sony so much money. Like, no one can ever top that. No one can get close to topping it. That's how bad it was. And you know what? They put them into this game. They put them in the marathon. They put them working on this. That's not going to be a fucking issue, right, chat? If you said no, it's not going to be an issue. What kind of copium are you taking? Because I would definitely like to have that. Yeah, chat's going to be like, but Sin, but aren't you just being a hater? No, it's called being fucking, it's just calling the fucking facts, okay?
Amidst a lot of the chaos that was happening
the
surrounding
fucking facts
this
are there,
and the skepticism surrounding, you know, the future of Marathon,
you know what they say, 3 times the charm, or 3rd time's the charm.
Just Bungie as a developer in this AAA games industry. And then we get to this. Obviously, Concord was the topic of the discussion in terms of live services late last year, but Sony has been doubling down. They want their live service.
Chat.
That was the big mission under Jim.
It's the footage from the footage from the archives that has been lost. It has been found. Oh my god. Wow. I could see why it was lost to begin with.
Ryan. Now I guess that's kind of a mission under Herman Hulse. There's a new CEO now in charge. It doesn't appear
Dude,
that
this
he's
looks like a
kinda
reskin
shifted
of
too
Destiny,
far, you know, in
and it
terms of
looks
their
shittier.
mandate, but they want live service money. This has not worked out at all for them. There's
I
been
can see why
multiple
they
cancellations,
that bunch
multiple
they got rid
projects
of them
that
now.
just went absolutely nowhere. And then yeah, obviously Concord, which supposedly cost them around $400 million, and it shut down within 2
dude, this does not look that appealing. It's just kind of
historic flops
it looks
in
like
the gaming
dude,
industry.
it's like Destiny.
And right now, people are wondering if
reskin, but
Marathon
worse.
is Concord
Like,
2.0. But
like, what
yeah,
the fuck?
like I said, Bungie, this is what they are. They are a live service company. This is where all of their bread and butter is going to be for the next couple of years.
It's so fucking sad.
And it doesn't appear that even some of the Bungie developers want to be just live service, but that was the reason why Sony spent $3.6 billion on this company. They invested.
Jesus fucking
Christ,
Christ,
put them under
man.
the Sony umbrella. They want their live service knowledge. They want them producing live service games. This was, again, Jim Ryan's mandate. This is what he wanted for
Jim Ryan. Why do you want a fucking live service game so bad? Why? Why do you want one so bad? Well, it's because you see these other ones like Fortnite and all the other ones making one. Guess what? Make something original. Don't fucking copy from anybody else. And you know what? I would like, and people would say, "Oh, Sin, that's a good idea." You know what, chat? Like I've said this many times to to developers. They're a monkey see, monkey do. If one person does something and they're making money off of it, the other one's going to do it. It's like that thing, that one episode from Phineas and Ferb, or the Heinz Doofenshmirtz made like an inator that he put it on one monkey called the monkey see, monkey do inator, and he only needed to make one because, you know, monkey see, monkey do. That's what I see from the game industry
for this console generation, and so far it's been up in flames. Bungie reportedly wanted to make single-player games instead of more live service titles, and that's just not going to happen.
Monkey see, monkey do, when they turn.
You know, the money that Sony has invested.
Because I only got to make one because, you know, monkey see, monkey
Bungie's
fucking
knowledge
do.
has been obviously used for other, you know, properties like Naughty Dog's The Last of Us. They were brought in to give insight and pretty much said that's horrible. And then,
dude, I fucking hate that game so much now. I really do. Chat's like, what? That's a good game. Past tense, you guys said it. It was a good game. It was a good game. I don't think it's a good game. You wanna know why? Because I think they just fucking kept putting out way too much and I got very fucking annoyed. They had all these other IPs that Naughty Dog has made, but the only one they can go with, they're like, oh, we could remake this game right here. I don't know how to do that. There we go, I did it. Timmy, this is The Last of Us Part 3. I tried. I was under pressure. This is the only thing I could do in such a short time. Timmy, we gave you like 2 years. You're telling me 2 fucking years of development and funding, and we needed like a Crash Bandicoot game or another game that isn't Last of Us, and you made a Last of Us Part fucking 3? well, you know what? The game was really anything. And then they sold it. I honestly feel like that's the situation that goes on every day there. Someone is given a task and they make a Last of Us. Another part. Watch this. They're going to do like a Last of Us 2 Part 1. I guarantee you guys they're going to do that. Chat's going to be like, Cinder ain't going to do that. You know what? This is Naughty Dog. What games have they made in the past fucking 12 years? Or yeah, like 12 years. Like 10, 12 years. That isn't a fucking Last of Us remake. I'm just saying. Because I can guarantee you they're going to do a Last of Us 2 Part 1. And that's the shit that's going to piss off a lot of people. If it doesn't piss you off, then what the fuck, dude? Like, are you seriously okay with this? You just got the, like, and you know what? They are talking about making a new PlayStation. Like, was it PlayStation 6? Dude, like, what the fuck? I want to get PlayStation 6. If they fucking do that, I don't want people to be like, sin. And I'm like, yeah. Did you hear? They're doing a Last of Us 2 Part 1. If I'm eating something, I'm going to throw at you guys just to let you know if you guys say that to me. Once the PlayStation 6 drops.
They were also brought in for another number of other live service titles, and I'm guessing that they've already given their input on Horizon Online, which should be announced sometime this year. But this brings us to the announced trailer of Bungie's Marathon. We got the big gameplay reveal trailer just a couple of days ago. There's a bunch of other cinematics, some cool CGI, ARG stuff, but this is what everybody was
look
waiting
at that
for.
ARG,
gameplay presentation, and yeah, 31,000 dislikes.
Just like, did you go to sleep, Sid? Yeah.
Let's look at the comments, some of the top comments. This is the first time in my life I saw an actual game trailer look like a YouTube ad that I would skip while eating dinner. Bungie never misses an opportunity to miss an opportunity. Bungie then, you'll have everything at launch, and with a complete story. Bungie now, you have to wait for more content and you'll lose what you paid for down the road.
Yeah.
Which indie dev team made this early access game? And then we got another gameplay overview trailer. Another
and you know
one,
the thing is too, chat?
Likes.
So this is like a looter shooter extraction. I already know there's going to be a lot of people cheating in this game. And I know they were really pushing it for free. And people were very concerned about that. And it's like, do you guys have like an actually good anti-cheat system? And they actually did come up with one, chat. Just like, really? They did? Yes, it took many years. Many resources. Lots of people have died. But their sacrifices were not in vain. You know what the solution was, chat? They fucking put $40 on this. Yep.
To 23,000 likes. Come here right after seeing the cinematic trailer, feels biting into a chocolate bar and noticing it's just a slab of sawdust painted down. And yeah, these comments are absolutely brutal. A lot of people mocking what Bungie has been building, and then there's multiple articles.
It looks plasticky though. I was expecting something different.
Marathon from Bungie will suffer Concord's demise. Gamers are already calling Marathon Concord 2.0. Bungie's Marathon reveal trailer has me more worried than excited. Could this be Concord all over again? And look, fundamentally, this is a very different game than Concord, but it does obviously have that $40, supposedly
so this is a video game
$40 price tag. And it also is only going to have 3 maps at launch, and it has that one game mode, which is focused on PvP. That is a turnoff for a lot.
Wait, so you gotta pay $40 and you get 3 maps at launch.
A lot of people, and some of those that absolutely love the Marathon IP, which originated like 30 years ago, feel very disconnected from this new entry because it's going in a completely different direction than what this previously was known for. And, you know, this is an extraction shooter. It has, what about...
I really hope people don't buy that right there, because I'm like, dude, please don't buy that for $40.
Similarities that many players who have had access to this already have said, it's to Apex Legends and Destiny.
I'll be generous to give them like fucking 5 for fucking 3 maps, dude.
And they probably reuse some of the assets. But a lot of the similarities, they say that this feels a lot like Apex Legends, and a lot of the new characters, the runners, feel just like Apex Legends characters. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
This looks like Destiny 2 and Apex had a legend.
And selling this at a $40 price tag, That's a bold move, and obviously the other extraction shooters on the market, they cost money. Hunt Showdown and Escape from Tarkov, those are the two notable ones, and yes, they are paid experiences, but I do think that they offer a lot more than what Bungie so far is going to be releasing later on this year. And I think the big problem a lot of people have is that this game just doesn't look and sound like it's complete. And a lot of what we're hearing of the concerns that people have been bringing up surrounding Marathon, it's a lot of, well, wait. Well, this is just pre-alpha. We're going to get this a lot better. And those, you know, even Bungie, when they're talking about the excitement surrounding Marathon, they're talking about this mysterious fourth map that's not even going to be there at launch. And we don't know how long we're going to have to wait for it. These are the type of things that you do not want to
don't seem that very exciting. Then, if you ask me.
There's just many criticisms that people have been bringing up, such as the fact that it won't be free to play. And again, that's a bold move. Obviously, I understand the other extraction games on the market, but PvP focused multiplayer experiences, they have an uphill battle now when they have price tags.
And I'm just going to say this right now as a side note, chat. The price of video games have gone up, and I know people are saying like, "Oh, $40 isn't that bad." Chat, $40. You can either use that for food or a game that you're probably having more fun with. And I think people are going to take a safer option right now. And for the people who are like talking about, oh my god, like Sin, did you see that right there? That Nintendo put games to $90 and they opened up that Pandora's box just for shits and giggles now? Yeah, they did. Fucking hate that they did it. GTA, look, I'll be honest with you. I feel like a game like Mario Kart might get away with it. GTA might get away with it. But if you put something like Concord like this right here, for example, if they want to just charge $100 for it, they're gonna be filing for bankruptcy at the end of a fucking month right there. That's how fucking bad it's gonna get. Yeah.
Game director Joe Ziegler explained why Marathon won't be free to play.
But I think people are not going to pay $40 for this.
That what we're showing is
if they don't feel like it's going to be for them.
Someone is going to take the leap with us, but we're also committed to delivering on seasons past this that will continuously offer to evolve the game without an increase to the box price. What we're hoping everyone understands about the game is that we're focused on committing to making this a game that's really awesome, and we feel like that starting point is really strong at the current time. Everyone's got their own definition of what is the right price, and as we deliver that information, we're hoping we hit the right price that makes you feel it's worth your value. And so far, we have not gotten actual price details. It seems to be up in flux
3
right
maps,
now. It has been said it's not going to be a fully priced experience, so don't expect.
Look, if they made 6 maps, I might consider
30, 40, 50. We don't know right now. And Bungie is keeping their cards close to their chest at this point. But there is many issues people have been bringing up. This is another one. Bungie says no proximity chat for Marathon Revival in order to create a safe space.
Why do they always fucking do this? They always do this. Look, proximity chat's like, hey, look, sometimes you can meet people who are pretty fucking cool with proximity chat. I've met a few people that played in the past. I mean, not anymore because a lot of them had kids and all that kind of stuff right now, and I unfortunately grew up. But I met them. They're pretty cool. You know how I met them? Proximity chat. And yeah, we're on the opposite teams and all that kind of stuff, but we're like dicking around, like, just being very cool. But dude, not having proximity chat in a game, like, yeah, that's a fucking good idea. I want to make it a safe space. Look, if you're offended that someone's going to call you like a dog shit player, or you just don't want to hear that shit, just have an option in the settings to turn off proximity chat so you don't have to fucking hear it. Have that option. There you go. Look, but not having it as default, yeah, that's going to get some fucking issues.
Space for players. And before I deconstruct that, I will just say this headline really paints a horrendous picture of this AAA games industry, a safe space. We talk about a lot of these other experiences.
Bro, try growing up in a Call of Duty lobby in the early 2000s. Tell me how that fucking goes. You guys would not last a minute.
The same thing. you can hit that mute button. I don't know why a lot of developers just keep on saying, well, we're so concerned about toxicity in this game or the game we're making. We also want to make a game that's focused on social interactions and such. Then the answer is right there. Give the players the ability to hit the mute button and tell them, if you're upset with toxicity, hit that mute button.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is so difficult. But specifically the game
the
director
is there.
of Bungie's
people don't
Marathon,
want to
Joe Ziegler, he says, when it comes to prox chat, I don't think we're against the experience of it, to be fair. I think the challenge is, how do we make sure we're creating a safe environment for players inside of that space? Give them a mute button. That's it. That's fucking it. I'm so tired of this. I'm so, like, even a report button. Report people that are horrendous. Like, it's not that difficult.
Yeah, that's
but
literally
turning this
it.
off in a game that you're calling a social extraction
And actually, I'm just going through this because I know we were talking about that Marvel Rivals earlier. Marvel Rivals has that option. They have that like chat option. You could turn it off if you don't want to, or you could turn it on if you want to. You got that option. Like, you could turn it on or off. I tend to keep it off because there's sometimes some people say some weird shit too. So that's why I'm like, okay. And plus, when I'm streaming, so I turn it off when I stream, but I have it on while I'm not. There's some pretty fucking wild shit sometimes in there.
Shooter.
So you got the option.
Just mind-boggling.
You can turn it on and off when you want to.
He says, I don't think anyone really has a good solution to that just yet. The answer is it's a mute button, my guy, because we're so dedicated to making sure that we're creating a safe space.
If you don't want to hear it all
we don't have
times,
players just flaming each other or doing terrible things to one another. I think we're not ready to invest in prox chat until we have a solution. The solution's there. I think that's where we stand.
They don't have the solution. Yeah, but it's the mute button, like what he was saying. It's the fucking mute button. And I've always said this, like even on Twitter. Like the block button. Look, if someone's being a dick to you on Twitter or even on any other thing, if you don't want to see them, you have the block button. But then again, it doesn't work on Twitter anymore, so you have the mute one. But the answer's still there. If you don't like someone, don't fucking engage them, just fucking block them. That's fucking it. That's literally it. Like, I don't know why people have to go in there and saying, oh, well, I don't like your content because of this, and I find it offensive. Well, if you find it offensive, why the fuck did you reply? You're just helping the engagement out, and more people are going to see it. And there's probably going to be more people who are like you, who probably may not like it, but guess what? Since you replied to it, you push that up on the feed. Yeah, so if someone else got pissed, they could blame you for it. And I really wish they would. Fortunately, we don't live in a perfect world.
And right now, like, it was magical and we could somehow come up with that solution. I think we totally would do it, but right now it's a challenge that many companies are trying to figure out.
The block button. God has given us the block button. I don't know how many times I freaking have to say that.
Around the same time with Jake Lucky. The key thing for us was making Marathon a little bit more of a social extraction experience where there's a lot of value in playing with other people that you know or people that you want. And you all feel like...
Okay, so how are you going to meet new people in that game? Oh, wait, you're not supposed to meet new people in that game. Oh my god, I'm such a fucking idiot. Man, I'm such a fucking idiot. Why did I think that shit through? Just get a video game and have no one fucking interact with anybody. Oh my god, I'm a genius. Said no one ever. That's exactly what they're doing. Oh my god.
Like, you can
I'll be honest with you, I'm just going to say this, chat.
We're not trying to fragment
after
you all
Destiny
the time.
2,
no, and again, social extraction,
Shadowkeep,
no
it went
proximity
down.
chat. It just
Shadowkeep,
does not make any sense
like
at
Destiny,
all.
I honestly feel like it went down, or Bungie went down.
Again, that this is another thing
with
that's
the quality.
in flux. We're listening.
Come back.
We're looking at feedback. This was from one of the Bungie, heads of communication, saying, "Keep the feedback coming. We haven't even released a public alpha. Who knows what could change? This is just the beginning." And then, obviously, again, more criticism that has come around is also with its art style.
Boring,
a lot of people, criticizing it, saying that it looks bleaker and more matte compared to, that original debut trailer that
we may have a
discussion a couple of years ago, in which, again, this is pretty much similar to the head of communication, what he said before. It's pre-alpha. We're definitely working on a lot of things, trying to make it as compelling as possible. It's always hard to compare to these sultry Blender renders, though. And it just feels like this game is in such an unfinished state right now that I wonder
dude, it almost like the guy in the white right there,
which it doesn't
looks
feel
like a
this
Titan
game
from
is going to be
Destiny. It looks like a
complete day
reskin
one.
armor set.
And you know, the fact that it is going to be asking for that price tag, that's one of the big things that concerns me about a game like this.
That looks like a fucking Titan right there. It does. It looks bulky like a Titan.
When they make all these promises months beforehand, and
if there's something similar to a shoulder charge, I want to fucking lose my mind.
I have strong feelings that this is probably where this is headed, honestly. But with this criticism and everything that we have been hearing surrounding Marathon and the overall, I guess you could say it's a more negative sentiment surrounding this game right now, we did actually hear from an ex-Concord developer, Stephen Williams, a former senior VFX artist, who opened up and gave his thoughts about the criticism that people are throwing at Bungie right now with Marathon. And in one of the comments, I should mention that he said, to call this game a failure before it's even out is wild to me. And that is his response to some of the people saying that this is going to be a game that's dead on arrival. But in his massive overall thoughts, he had a lot more to say, and he specifically said many players know about Concord.
I think it might have a little bit more of a
Concord
chance.
Failed to inspire
Just
players.
not a whole
the
lot.
message was heard loud and clear. It was gut-wrenching to see our project fail and be the laughing stock of many online. I've learned that failure is what drives me to succeed. No one feels as bad as the people who put their time on the line. I don't know about that. Some of the remarks coming from some of those former Concord developers in the past definitely indicated that they weren't learning the lessons that need to be learned from that failure.
Yeah, when they called us fucking uneducated and all that kind of stuff.
They hoped it would entertain the masses of gamers across the globe. I'm not asking for pity or even sympathy because, after all, this is the name of the game.
Because I'm right here, I was like, yeah, no, I mean, I learned not to give you guys just like,
although, let's be honest,
money.
Concord made a series of mistakes that could have been easily avoided, and
that's what I learned.
Again, I just have considerable issue with the overall sentiment that's coming from these remarks, in which it's just like, yeah, we tried, we did everything that we could to make this a success, and you really didn't. Like, Concord was a mess in so many different regards. Obviously, it was entering an oversaturated market, but the baffling character design,
like so fucking
the fact that it didn't really have a unique identity, these were characteristics, things that should have been learned long before it released.
Wow, dude, my retina just burned off right there. Nice.
That price tag really hurt in a market with a bunch of hero
shooters. Is that an old lady fighting in the battlefield? What the fuck?
So yes, I do have issues with the sentiment that's coming from these remarks, like they really tried their best. No, you didn't. You made a lot of dumb mistakes, and people were criticizing it months before, and you didn't listen to those people.
My eyes are burning.
I guess you didn't care about those opinions of people that would have played this experience if they had.
Oh my god, there's the old lady.
This developer does continue about Bungie and
god damn it.
Some of you probably smell blood in the water, maybe, and probably want to roast me for no longer lurking and exposing myself. I hope you don't, and see that people create these projects and work very hard to be the next big thing. Seeing the faces of the developers on the Bungie stream gave me hope and excitement for what's to come for Marathon. I commend them for taking a chance, trying something foreign to them that isn't proven nor guaranteed to succeed. I worked on Concord and did my best. We came up short. That's an understatement. Please don't punish others for our mistakes. And I don't agree
bro,
with
you weren't
that
even anywhere near close to short.
He says we all are human beings who are trying to create something special. Marathon is no different. Be kind and be cool, as video games are meant to be fun. Yeah, they are meant to be fun. But when developers in this industry aren't listening and learning from failures, yes, you are right to bring up those those failures. And we will punish this industry when they aren't listening to what players want. And it often feels like a lot of these executives, a lot of these leaders, these developers will ignore a lot of the criticism that they just don't feel is warranted. But if they had listened to a lot of the criticism that they received with Concord when it had that debut trailer, maybe things ended up a little bit different. But that didn't happen. And Firewalk Studios no longer exists because of that. And Concord didn't even last 2 weeks. So I just think that says
Housefly lasted longer than Concord. And that's the one thing that people remember the most from that.
All these developers are trying to make fun experiences, but also they're trying to make experiences the way that they want, not necessarily what players want, if that makes sense. But yeah, Bungie right now, they have an uphill battle. They've been trying to differentiate themselves.
Okay, see, like look at this game. This game looks pretty gritty. This game definitely has a fucking story going on right there for it,
while also still technically being an extraction shooter like those games.
Oh,
Bungie thinks Marathon
they're really going to try to go against this right here,
like Tarkov, and help players get to the survival storytelling a little bit faster. This is again coming from Joe Ziegler, the game director, said that the plan is twofold. For people who are already knee-deep in other extraction shooters, Marathon is being built to provide a new and interesting experience that really helps you get to the heart of why you enjoy other extraction shooters that you're playing.
I'm not going to say anything to that. I'm just going. You know what? You put it out there. I look, okay. maybe they may have learned, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know the rest of the former Firewalk studios learned at that. Maybe they could have. I don't know. I didn't like. Could someone check their like tweet feeds, and if they try to fight anybody, it's like, dude, I sort of got. I don't know why I'm having like these Vietnam flashbacks. Like I feel like this game is gonna fail, but then they're gonna take a page from like a certain game that was a scam, or I don't even know if it was a scam. And people are still trying to figure out what the fuck it was to this day, and that was like the day before. I feel like they're going to be saying, hey, dude, look, look, this is our second shot on this, dude. It's just a shooter extraction. And you know, this is my first time doing a shooter extraction. Shit happens. I swear to God, I fucking see that for some reason. I don't know why. Oh my God. I don't want to see that. I really don't want to fucking see that. Because if I see that shit again, dude, I'm like, I know people are going to jump on that shit. I would jump on that shit. I honestly feel like people should jump on that shit if the developer were to say that. It's like, oh, hey, dude, this was my first time doing this type of a genre game. Shit happens. You're a former Bungie, and yet they put you, and then since Bungie got acquired, since Sony acquired Bungie, they put you on there. Sony put you on there, so you went back to Bungie. And then they're going to realize, like, oh shit, maybe this is why Bungie got rid of him. Yeah, I could see why. Maybe because they're a little bit too much
is
loose.
Targeting people who have only ever dipped their toes in the genre and pulling them in completely with a game that forgoes the genre's
from that
usual
cannonball
jank.
right there.
And
They're
I
like
guess that
fire
is how
at
they're
will.
differentiating themselves. But really, I think a big opportunity for us is everybody who's dabbled in extraction shooter games before have seen what it could offer, but they just couldn't get through a lot of the cruft. We were hoping to make it more approachable to that group where they can get past that cruft and into the survival storytelling a little bit faster and a little bit better. Basically, everything that they're hoping an extraction shooter gives them from a tension standpoint, from a survival standpoint, is there without trying to relearn how to play a game. It's the easiest way to give the controller to a friend and be like, we can play this game. There's not a huge amount of explanation to get in there. That's kind of what the Bungie action game is. You can give it to somebody else and have that feeling, so you could share that experience a bit better without being like, okay, let me tell you a whole new novel way of how to play. We're really trying to make sure that this is really approachable. The action fantasy of the gameplay is really easy to understand. You know, when you press a button, you're like, oh, that felt really good, and I really like this. And although I kind of understand what he's trying to say here, I just don't think that's enough for a game like this. You need to be offering more. I don't necessarily think you need to differentiate yourselves from Tarkov and Hunt Showdown, but I do think you need to offer more day one, and I just don't think that they're setting themselves up for success so far. And hey, maybe I end up being completely wrong. I'm sure there's going to be an audience there day one, but the longevity of this game, I just have extreme
I just don't think it'll be something like
about it, you know, being this
as massive as what they always try to do.
Helps Bungie continue to thrive and survive. But Marathon will compete with other extraction shooters by not competing. In another interview, this time again from the game director, he continued his thoughts, saying he was transparent when talking to Jake Lucky about Marathon following a recent behind closed doors playtest. He suggested that the reason why extraction shooters fail is because they come in and worry about competing with other existing titles, but it's all about trying to be different enough to live alongside those top dogs, and I guess that makes sense. He says, I might be naive in saying this, but I'll be honest,
that's the monkey see, monkey do.
I don't think of making games as like directly competing and trying to eat a bunch of other people's lunch. For me, whenever I think about it, it's like, how do we offer something that's interesting and cool and can live in its own space alongside other titles and be just as big and important as others? And then he said, we really do want to create some of the most interesting stories you've ever had. We're inputting a lot of dynamics to make that happen. At the end of the night of playing Marathon, we want you to tell a really cool story to somebody else, you know, to be excited. And again, I'm just not hearing any fundamental specifics about how they're trying to differentiate. Again, the approachability, I guess, is what they're going for, but I haven't seen that in the gameplay so far. Yeah, I guess it feels a lot like Apex Legends meets Destiny, but is that enough to compete with
that looks like a Hunter
Tarkov and Hunt Showdown and create a new audience?
With the cloak.
I just don't know if that there is an audience there for that, especially when you have wipes and all this
I'm
stuff.
telling you, it looks like there's like a Hunter Titan. I see a Hunter and Titan there.
What extraction shooters are like, and that was why
I see a Warlock,
this game
but
being just PvP was always something that a lot of people were like, I don't know if that's the smart decision here. And I just really hope that this doesn't blow up in Bungie's face, and I do hope that Marathon ends up being an exceptional experience, but right now everything is telling me it's not going to be. But besides Tarkov and Hunt Showdown, it is worth mentioning that there is a lot of competition on the horizon, and also later on this year when it does launch, because yeah, Arc Raiders is going to be having a new playtest in the coming days. That's another extraction
Ooh, Arc
shooter
Raiders, oh my god,
from
okay.
Arc Studios, and yes, that can steal some of the fire from Bungie's Marathon.
I forgot, dude. Okay, hang on. That game actually looks pretty fucking wild. I saw that game. It's very fast paced. It looks okay. Hang on. Like they actually have a little bit of story on that right there. I was like, okay, hang on. That looks pretty fucking cool. Made by former Battlefield devs. All of them are former Battlefield devs. They made a new studio called Embark Studio. Like chat's gonna be saying, oh, but Sin, didn't you say about about the Bungie thing? No. So that was just a small portion of them. This is everybody who worked on Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, even the ones before them. That's how far they went back. I'm like, oh shit, Sin, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, so remember Battlefield 3? I'm pretty sure most of you guys remember that game. Just like, oh, I remember that game. Yeah, that game's in there. People who made that, they're working on this game. You know Bad Company 2? They're in here. Yeah. Josh was like, oh my god. That's fucking awesome. Yeah. So the people who made those really big games that people remember quite fondly are making Arc Raiders. I mean, they could have chosen a different name, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give it a shot. I know they have like an open, beta coming up and all that, but I think it's like a free one. So it's like a playtest. As they said right there, it's a playtest. I'm gonna see how that goes. See, like this is how you're gonna let people know. You get playtest. You see how it goes. If it goes good, you get the feedback from people like it. There you go. You're in business. If people don't like it, okay. We're gonna go to the drawing board, tweak some stuff, and we'll tell you guys how it goes in the next few months. And we'll keep you posted every now and then. See, look, like that feedback right there is really good. It just sucks though that they did the finals though. I think they learned from the finals because the finals was free. I wasn't a big fan of like not the extraction, like that battle royale kind of thing. I mean, the maps were very, very nice. The gunplay was a little tricky at times, but it was okay. I just didn't think it was like something like really like, oh man, this is definitely going to take the place right there. It had its shot, and then they did something different with the rank kind of playlist, and then I was like, okay, well maybe not for me.
Marathon at a time where they're
I'm
desperate
hoping they
for
learn from that one right
positivity
there.
from the gaming community, and right now it just doesn't exist. And again, this game is supposed to be launching in September. It's supposed to be launching the same day as Borderlands 4, and also Grand Theft Auto 6, and who knows what else is going to be launching right around that same time that can pull players away. And I just think that Bungie really needs positive impressions, and so far they have not happened. Obviously, some who have played it, they've said that they enjoyed it, but the overall gaming community, even myself, when I saw that debut trailer, the debut gameplay, it just didn't look fun. It looked extremely boring, and that is an opinion that is so far, I think, in the majority.
It doesn't look like
and that should
crazy.
terrify Bungie, and that's why I do think there is a chance that this
They
game
could have chosen
eventually does
like
get
another
delayed to maybe
person to spectate.
2026. And even some of the early reports from Jason Schreier from last year indicated that there was a strong chance that this game wasn't going to be launching this year, based on all of the chaos that's been happening behind the scenes at Bungie. But like I said, this is the overall outlook at Bungie right now.
And no Destiny 3. Yeah, you see that? Like, look, that's the other thing I get pissed at. I know they concluded it, and you know what? I'm pissed. You wanna know why, chat? Because it's still not over. So we finished, like, the witness is called the first knife. And then the second knife was all the others that came after the witness. So who was the one giving them that title? And then they put that name out there. The Widower. That's the final enemy we have to beat. And guess what? Bungie's like, oh, yep, that's it. And I'm like, wait. But you just said that the final boss is... The name of the person who made the witness is called the Widower. That was on the lore tabs, by the way. And she's just like, what? So wait, so Destiny's not over? Yeah, it's not. But Bungie's saying it is. See that shit right there, and then they're doing these epilogue kind of things right here, where they're saying like, oh yeah, the game's over, bro. Yeah, and then we have like who was it, like I played a little bit of that first epilogue right there. Was it like Mara something right there? Mara Sundarance? I don't even fucking remember her name. And they said like all of it. They said the whole, okay, so they went with the premise of satisfying conclusions. She literally fucking went into like Vex Milk, looked like a freaking freak off party right there, the aftermath of it, and then just drifted away. And then the Elixni one that came up, I couldn't even fucking play it because the game, I don't know what happened to it. It got locked out. I was not able to progress. Like it was around the first fucking mission. Chat knows this because I was very, very fucking disappointed at that. It bugged out. I couldn't progress anymore. Nearing the end of that season, I was able to progress because I got back on. But it was already too fucking like late. I was just fucking done because I was like, dude, it took you almost a whole fucking season to get off your fucking asses and actually fix this right here. Because apparently I wasn't the only one that had that issue too. So there were some people that had that issue. But I didn't even bother to go back to this one that's currently going on in Destiny because I was just fucking done. That shit pissed me off. And then they're saying like, you know how, you know, like the gameplay trailer was, and I did see it here. You want to try? Hang on. What was it? YouTube. No, wrong one. I'm on the other one. I just put like YouTube, but I was like, Josh was like, shit, what you doing? Hang on, watch this. So chat, you know how like Marathon did that gameplay trailer? Hang on, watch this. This is like the, okay, so this is the shit that they should have played. Something like this. Besides that right there. See, they could have done something like this, very cinematic opening. This is from the kind of like what Bungie did, by the way. Just like, oh my god, I remember this. Just like, whoa, look at all this shit going on, bro. It's just like, look, this is all like, this just grabs your attention. Like, whoa, what the fuck? Oh my god, look at all these people going to war. See, look, you look all fucking tactical. And then you see like a gunfight breaks out. See, look, they could have done it like stuff like this right here. See, look, a very cinematic opening right there. Damn that reload. Just like, it looks like a bot though. They do look like bots. But you kind of see how it, like, and this is just, I'm just gonna play for like around like 2 minutes of that right there. So you got that shit right there. Lighting. See, like, look, that was like 1:55, and Josh is like, damn, that's a lot of shit that happened right there. See how, look, and this is the E3 multiplayer gameplay. So these were all people who were playing the game, and this is what they got. They picked somebody's footage and they went with that. You're telling me that Bungie couldn't pick someone else's gameplay and just gone off that for their multiplayer gameplay, something action packed? I'm just saying they could have done that, but they didn't do that, and they just chose like a safer
reportedly
option.
canceled, no more expansions, and no Destiny 3 for now. Obviously, some of that stuff is obviously
I just wanted
changed,
to put that out there for those that
Bungie
forget
has been
that.
in chaos for a while now.
I'm
Last
not
year
wrong.
was a bad year
I'm
for
not fucking
Bungie,
wrong.
and it's not like they put out horrendous content, because the final shape was met to universal amazing reviews, but it didn't sell well. It sold
it
less
was good,
copies
but
than Lightfall.
you know what
and that's why a lot
happened?
of people have been thinking, are they going to start putting their
The DLC
work on
before that
Destiny
one.
3? But so far we have not heard indication that that's in development or in the cards yet. Obviously they are concentrating on a new expansion or some new content
Final
for
shape,
Destiny 2
Lightfall
coming later
killed
this
it.
year as well. But yeah, Bungie needs a win right now. They are desperate for it. And I'm extremely skeptical that Marathon is going to deliver on it, especially with everything that has been revealed and showed so far. A lot of the hype anticipation is for content that's not even going to be there.
It just doesn't look like. Look, it
And
just
it's
looks
a
so
paid
basic.
experience.
Like,
so I'm extremely nervous for Bungie and Marathon. And the Concord developer, what he had to say about Bungie, I just don't think it means much at this point. But what do you make of all this? What do you make of Marathon from Bungie? Are you going to be playing it day one? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But thank you for watching. Make sure.
there you go. So yeah, that's it right there. Chat. As I said, like if they had to choose a multiplayer reveal for that segment, like okay, look what I showed for Battlefield 4. All right, and look at the one from that right. Look at the one from Marathon. Compare them. Which one looks more eye appealing and more action packed and a lot more stuff going on that gets your attention? You're going to say the one from Battlefield 4 did, and that was just the first 2 minutes. You're just like, whoa, dude, look at all this shit going on. I mean, I know for all of us that have played that game, we already know it, but I still look at that trailer. I'm like, dude, that's fucking crazy right there. That like, I actually thought that was just like completely scripted and acted. Guess what? It was just some people. It was just some fucking people in E3 in the booth all together, just chilling. That's all it was. I fucking miss E3. That's the one thing that I wanted to go. E3. Guess what? That ain't anything anymore because I'm sad. And life's disappointing. But I honestly feel like they need to put an E3 back. They got to do that because that's the only way that these people will be able to actually see the community feedback a lot more. It's like if people don't like it, they ain't going to show up. And if they see that, they're going to fucking feel that. And people are going to make fun of them for that over there. I've said my piece. I know it's not because I want to go and see E3. No, it's just because I honestly feel like I want to see feedback. And I want to give my feedback. And all that sorts of stuff. But yeah, let's get into my most favorite segment that I like to do every Sunday. And that's Meanwhile on the Internet. Meanwhile on the Internet. Star Wars Zero Company, a brand new video game that is coming out. I'm assuming probably later on this year. Unfortunately, though, I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, depending how you guys see it, it is a single-player turn-based combat game. Developed by Respawn and Bit Reactor. Chaz is like, oh, fuck, dude. Are you telling me? Are you telling me that this game looks all cool and all that, but then it's like, is it turn-based? Yep. Also the lore, I'm not going to talk about the lore though, but you know, there is some stuff wrong with that a little bit, especially with like the Umbaran and all that kind of stuff. But Chacha's like, what'd you talk about, Sin? You know what? I'm gonna let you. You know, people are gonna talk about this later on. I'm not a big fan of it, but if you're a big fan of like turn-based, you know, combat games, hey, maybe this might be a game for you. Meanwhile, on the Internet, the first look of the Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four, and it is it's a woman. I honestly thought it was going to be the guy Silver Surfer, but maybe they may put him off at the end because, you know, there's actually 2 Silver Surfers, if I recall, a male and a female one. But I know they're doing a multiverse kind of stuff right now. So I don't know, maybe they can work with something like that. I know someone did say that this is definitely multiverse, is not like the actual Fantastic Four. But if Disney wants it to be the Fantastic Four, I honestly feel like this might be a problem. But you want to know what? I'm trying to be positive on this. Maybe it might be really good. Maybe it might not be. I don't know. We don't know because we haven't seen it yet. And I barely got any news from it. So, well, we will see. Meanwhile, on the Internet, the Minecraft movie sequel is already being planned with Warner Bros. And all I can say is, I swear to God, if someone says chicken jockey one more fucking time, I am going to throw a chicken at your own jockey. Yeah, just like damn. Also, a big F to all of the movie employees that have to clean up all the popcorn now. And now you got a sequel. Good luck with that. It's gonna be a fun time for you, isn't it? Meanwhile, on the internet, chat, I don't know how to describe this right here, but Ligma, you guys might got it, because it's actually turning into a real medical condition. And I'm just gonna say what, like Ligma balls? No, it's not. It's actually, this is gonna be a thing. As someone said, and this is the doctor right here. Sir, unfortunately, you have Ligma. Patient's like, what? Ligma what? Doctor smiles. No, it's actually looking to be like a rare genetic condition. And they're actually going to name it. And they're considering the name Ligma. Oh boy. God damn it, guys. God damn it. Meanwhile, on the internet, a new Star Wars animated series is in the works. And this is Maul, the Shadow Lord. I'm actually looking forward to this right here a little bit, because this is set in that in-between section of, you know, after the Clone Wars and right before the Star Wars animated show Rebels. In between where it was Darth Maul. I'm very curious to see how this goes, chat. Because I know there was like little bits of here and there, especially like if you guys remember that one movie, Solo. You know, the one that was like Han Solo's like origin or something like that, how he got the Millennium Falcon and all that kind of stuff. There was a tease to Darth Maul on there too. So, you know, he has been busy before the original trilogy, in between the prequel and original trilogy. He was quite busy. He was quite busy. So there was a lot of stuff around him that I honestly I kind of want to see a lot more of, I'm not gonna lie. Well, and that shall conclude it, chat. Thank you all so much for coming by. And I hope to see you guys next time. Boop. All right, there we go. Got the thing from YouTube. I hit the record, or finish recording. All right, there we go. Oh my god, chat, that was fucking nuts right there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I honestly am very... I know the Concord one and all that kind of stuff. It's all that stuff that's been going on. It's just crazy right now. That's why I'm taking like 9 weeks off of vacay. But, man, dude, like, are you guys gonna be getting Concord though? That's the real question I gotta ask you guys. Are you guys gonna get Concord? Or not Concord, Concord 2, I should say. Chess is like Concord. But didn't that game come out? No, sorry, I meant Concord 2. Concord 2, Electric Boogaloo. Made by Bungie. Or Bungo. Chess is like, oh, wait, you mean Marathon. Yep. I honestly feel like charging $40 for only 3 maps is like, that is just insane. I feel like they should have worked that a little bit more out. Because I think like six maps, I think some people may consider it, because there's like 6 maps, 6 different maps. But I honestly think there will be a market for that. I just don't think it won't be as big as they would want it to be. They probably won't be quite disappointed at it, but I think it will still be here, but it'll be like kind of getting by just a little bit. Just maybe, because I know some people like that futuristic kind of like futuristic sci-fi kind of shooter stuff right there, and that's something that Marathon kind of goes into, but not like something that I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely want to go into that. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I am good on that one. And I find it funny because I got this right here with the Traveler on Destiny 2. I still like this image though, by the way. It's very detailed. I like it. It looks very clean. This is the Earth. thousands of years in the future. Yeah, I'm actually hoping this would happen soon. Just like, wait, what? Nothing. But that will conclude today's chat. I got to get to editing the video for Tuesday and uploading everything right now too. So there's also that. So I'm not going to rate anybody right now, but if you guys are in the Discord, I highly recommend checking out people who have put down their stream links in the suggestions channel. And, you know, check out the family too if they're on, you know, in the homepage in Twitch. And oh man, I think that's pretty much it. And again, for those of you who have not been paying attention, I will be gone for 9 weeks on Tuesday. So Monday we will be streaming a little bit more earlier because I have to get everything packed and get going. But damn, it's gonna be so fucking lonely without talking with chat and like just reacting to all the shit that they put in Discord. I mean, I'm still gonna react to it, but you guys ain't gonna see my reaction to it. Maybe that might be a good thing for some stuff, because chat just like likes to make fun of me for some stuff like that. But Lola, you want to say anything to chat before we go for one last time, at least for 9 weeks? No, she's just waggling her tail, and she's just sitting there all happy. She's such a good doggo. Good doggo, Lola. All right, bye everybody. Take care. See you all on Monday. Bye-bye.